Welcome. My name is Diana Laughlin, and this meditation class is part of the Estes Valley Library's Conflict Resolution Month. It's a very fitting practice to include mindfulness in the skills of listening because mindfulness is a listening practice. When we take the time to sit down, set aside the other tasks of our day, and focus on ourselves, we're learning how to listen to our own minds and bodies. We can also focus on listening to our environment. And it gives us an opportunity to learn how to better take care of ourselves and those we love. In the featured title this year, which is Listen Like You Mean It, the author explains that being distracted is the fastest way to end a conversation or even a relationship. The mindfulness practices help us train the mind to be less distracted. And we need practice, and we need experience, and we need classes like this because it doesn't come to us naturally. Naturally, all of us have busy minds which get distracted. And when we settle and take a break for mindfulness, we can train this skill, train the skill of our focus, train the skill of letting go of all the extra thoughts that we don't need right now, and train our ability to notice what's really important, which oftentimes is the person right in front of us who's in desperate need of our undivided attention. Whether that's a friend, a family member, a child, a parent, and it can also be ourselves, learning how to listen to what we truly need in each moment. Well, thank you for joining me today. Start by finding a comfortable way to sit. You can sit in a chair, you can sit on the ground, you can sit in your house, or you can sit outside in the fall in October like I am right now. And be sure to settle in. If you need something to help you be more comfortable right now, please feel free to pause this video and go get it. Whether that's a blanket to stay warm on a cold winter night, a more comfortable place to sit, or maybe closing a door in your house so that you don't hear distractions from other spaces. And then we'll practice mindfulness with getting comfortable in the body. So if it's comfortable for you, sit up a little taller. If you're in a chair, you can even scoot forward to sit on the edge of the chair, and so that your back can be nice and tall. Maybe bring the heart a little bit forward, the shoulders a little bit back. Lift the crown of the head up into the sky. Notice how you're feeling in this moment. Where are the aches and pains? And where are the areas of ease in the body? Begin to listen to your breathing. There's no need to change your breath. Simply notice the inhale as it flows in, maybe through the nose if that's comfortable. And notice the exhale as it flows out through the nose. Observe which parts of the body the breath is flowing to in this moment, and notice that without judgment. Are you breathing into the shoulders, into the upper chest, into the sides of the torso, or into the belly? And there's no right or wrong way to breathe right now. It's simply noticing what's present. And as we're settling in, you're welcome to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. You can also look down at the floor or at your lap, or you can look at the fall colors behind me in the video. For the next few moments, continue to bring your attention back to your breathing. Every time the attention wanders, which is very normal, see if you can gently bring your focus back to how it feels to breathe. In the book, Listen Like You Mean It, the author explains that if we can train ourselves to sit in silence for just a hair longer than what feels comfortable, it opens up so many possibilities. There's more possibilities for the person that we are in conversation with to make their own contributions to the discussion. In a practice of mindfulness, there's more opportunities for us to listen to ourselves. To gently remove our focus from the external world that's always trying to grab our attention. And instead to shift our focus within. Take a deeper breath if it's comfortable for you. Take a moment to check in with your body. What is it telling you? Do you need to shift around in your seat? Do you need to change something in your environment to stay comfortable through the rest of our class? And listen to your mind and your emotions. What's been coming up for you as we sit in mindfulness and take a break from our busy day? All experiences are welcome here. All thoughts are welcome here. And notice your environment. What is the temperature of the space? What sounds can you hear around you? Are there any smells that are present? And slowly move your eyes around your space. Notice the colors, the shapes, the patterns. Notice what is beautiful that you can see. And so perhaps by now you've had a chance for your breathing to settle, maybe even your heart rate to settle after we've been sitting together for some time. That's a beautiful way to listen to someone else in conversation, is to settle down some of that agitation in the body and the mind by being still with them, by staying together and holding your silence for a hair longer than what feels comfortable. It's also a great opportunity for our mindfulness. We can use a pranayama to bring more focus to the breathing. And pranayama means breathing exercise. And for this practice, we'll notice the length of the inhale and of the exhale and see if we can make them become more equal. So as you breathe in, you can silently to yourself count the length of your inhale. Now let's say it's 5. Then silently to yourself, count the length of your exhale. It might be shorter. It might be longer than the inhale. Now as you breathe, you can continue to use the counting if it's helpful for you. And so that you notice the length of the breath and see if you can have the inhale and the exhale meet somewhere near the same length of time. It could be a count of 5. You might also be in a space with a ticking clock. You could use that. Maybe you've become so still you can even notice your own heartbeat, and you could use that to time your breath. We'll try this practice for a little bit of time together. If it makes you feel dizzy or feels like too much, you certainly don't have to do it, or you could take a break at any time. If it's still feeling beneficial, we'll spend a few more moments here, diving deeper into listening to our breathing. and let go of the counting your breath practice, the pranayama, and allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm. Notice what has changed from this practice. Notice changes in how your breathing feels in this moment. And do you feel differently in your body? Do you feel differently in your mind? And like we talked about earlier, in Listen Like You Mean It, the author says that distraction is the easiest way to end a conversation or a relationship. And I would add that with a mindfulness practice, distraction is an opportunity to recenter. So every time the mind has wandered away from the practice, we actually make ourselves stronger by remembering to gently bring the mind back. And sometimes it wanders really far away, and I'm gone from the practice for a few minutes while I'm thinking about something or planning something or imagining something. And that's okay. That's the nature of the mind. Every time we gently bring it back, and bring it back to ourself, to our experience, to our breath. And when we're engaging with a loved one or a colleague or a customer, anytime we've noticed distraction in ourselves, we can simply bring ourselves back. Stay silent for a hair longer than what feels comfortable, so that we can really hear that person and truly meet them where we're at. Well, thank you so much for joining myself. My name is Diana Laughlin, and for joining the Estes Valley Library to practice mindfulness for Conflict Resolution Month.